I don't want to choose. Because there are times when I have to do. I was talking with a friend yesterday on Skype about this. We were reading a book together called Carceral Humanitarianism by Kelly Oliver. And in that book, she just talks about you can't really calculate, you can't weigh one life against other lives. You know, that one person's mourning a death is as serious as a nuclear war over here. And my friend Todd was just very upset about that. He said, of course you can make these, and I was talking about this movie I'd seen about these two young soldiers who were being told to activate a drone, to make a drone strike in a village. And they had people on the ground, and they knew what their target was, and it was in the right place. And they were trying to do a whole bunch of things undercover to get other people out of the way. But there was this one child who was still in the blast zone, and they were getting the order to make the hit. And they were both sitting there crying and they delayed. I mean, this is just a movie, but so the two young soldiers delayed, and they finally did it, and the child was injured severely and ended up dying. But so it was terrible. But everybody along the line had to make a decision. And the poor two soldiers, two young kids sitting in this control booth, you have to sometimes calculate. You have to. And they didn't control the whole calculus, of course. A lot of decisions had been made before they were sitting there. So I do think that you have to use utilitarian calculus sometimes. You just don't have any other choice. And Alistair McIntyre was one of my teachers in grad school. He was at Vanderbilt when I was. So I'm familiar with his work. And the problem with that was, and everybody knows this about it, and he knew it too, the problem is that he doesn't give people ground to stand on to criticize their own community's values. And that doesn't resonate well with me, as you can imagine, since I grew up in a community that was in the midst of horrible, horrible self-critique. And I see a need for that. So yeah, I can't come down on any particular side of that. I see value in all of those approaches, but I think we've still got to be more creative than that.